Hi, I'm Amy Bouton, Public Information Officer for St. Tammany Parish Government. We're here today to give an update on the COVID-19 situation. I'm here with Parish President Mike Cooper. Thank you so much for making time today for our update.
Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome. So we want to talk about some things that are going on. There's a little bit of a shift in operational exercises right now, just a tweak, and that starts with the stay-at-home order. We know the governor extended his stay-at-home order, and so let's talk about what parish government is doing as well.
Yes, Amy, thank you. I have extended the stay-at-home order as well to be concurrent with the governor's order. It's extended to April 30th, and we're asking our citizens to continue to stay at home as much as possible, avoiding non-essential trips and visits and making social gatherings, but to stay at home.
Mm-hmm. And so how does that impact parish government? Because we know right now the majority of parish government workers are working remotely while still keeping government operational, as you decided to sort of take it to the forefront and lead by example with the first stay-at-home order. So tell us how it's impacting parish government.
Well, we're continuing to run parish government, of course, with our essential workers working from home, working remotely, and providing the services that our citizens deserve, whether it be a building permit or scheduling an inspection, mm-hmm. or any other needs that our citizens may have at this time. We continue to serve our citizens.
Okay. And I noticed in the stay-at-home order, which is on our website, by the way, you have added a few things. You've kind of enhanced it just a little bit as far as for the general public's information. So what are the new things people should look for?
Yes, I did. I asked our major retailers, those that are essential businesses and are allowed to be open at this time, to exercise further precautions for those who shop in their retail establishments, asking them that they provide sanitizer or hand wipes when they enter and exit the store, mm-hmm. and putting markings at the register, tape markings to acknowledge the 6-foot distancing for those who are shopping at the register, and to not allow large groups in their stores in close proximity.
Okay, and we did notice just in the past week, we've seen a lot of retailers, particularly the big box stores, starting to adapt to that, the limiting the number of people anyway going into the stores.
Yes, they have. Many did voluntarily, and this simply adds to the emphasis that we want to put on our retailers, that if they have to be open, to make sure that they provide these precautions to our citizens.
Good. So we also talked about, in the past couple of weeks, we had been getting some, reports of people on the waters or congregating in large groups, and we have been telling people to call the non-emergency numbers of their local police department and their sheriff's department. And we did notice that this weekend that just passed was a little quieter from our end. So what did you want to say in response to that?
Yes, it was. I want to thank our citizens for heeding the precautions and warnings that we're putting out to ask our citizens to avoid large gatherings, whether it be on the river or in parks, so that they will have an effect on flattening the curve and slowing the spread of the virus throughout a community. So I want to thank our citizens for doing so. Our parks are officially closed, particularly those that have playground equipment, mm-hmm. and public bathrooms. They have been closed. And our state parks, Fontainebleau Park and Fairview State Park, are open during the day. However, camping activities and other activities are closed at this time.
And that is a question that just came up, and our state parks have advised people that when they're in the park, please social distance. Because
absolutely.
They're also going to walk up to you, the rangers, and say, social distance if you can, if they notice groups doubling up. So we get a lot of questions like that, and one of the other questions we get are can you talk about how the Louisiana Department of Health is reporting numbers, and do we have enough hospital capacity? What's the status of our personal protective equipment, our ventilators, and things like that for our medical staff? And these are questions that people are concerned about, obviously, because they're in the news a lot. And we we just want to address those. Can you tell people how we learn about those things and what we,
Sure,
what we know?
Sure. Well, we get our information from the Louisiana Department of Health. On a daily basis, we get the numbers based on parish-wide, the number of positive cases, and unfortunately, the deaths associated with the coronavirus.
Right.
We're updated on a parish-wide basis. We do not get information to what area or what zip code or which hospital each patient is going to. And so we take that information and we provide that to our citizens as well. I'm in daily contact with each of our hospital organizations, as well as the Office of Public Health and the hospital section of Louisiana Department of Health. That gives me updates for the usage, the capacities of our hospitals, the staffing, and the future needs of our hospitals. And I want to let our citizens know that our hospitals are well prepared to provide for the needs of our citizens should they get the symptoms and are diagnosed with as a positive case for COVID-19. So we're well prepared. We'll keep our citizens advised if there's any reason to worry or to be concerned. I am very satisfied with the communication that I have with our Department of Health and our hospital organizations that we're providing the services and the needs of our citizens.
Okay, good. So let's talk about our main message, what we want to talk to people about today. You have said repeatedly, stay informed, stay home, save lives. So let's talk about each one by one, just to break it down, because we hear it, and then we say, well, what does that really mean? And it's very simple, but so what do you mean when you say stay informed?
Well, first of all, we want our citizens to be informed and get their information from reliable sources. Our first stop is St. Tammany Parish Government website, STPG-TV.org. We have up-to-date information from the CDC, the LDH, Louisiana Department of Health, St. Tammany Parish Government, as well as the Governor's Office. And we're continually running segments that inform our citizens of how to be advised of the coronavirus issues and how to protect themselves should they come up with symptoms. So stay informed by staying informed on our website and our local public access channel that we're talking about today, channel 710 on Charter and channel 99, that's 99,
right,
on AT&T UVerse. So we've got all these assets available to our citizens and our website as well, stpgov.org.
And also, you've often mentioned the CDC's website, the LDH's website, and the governor's website, because those are all pinpoint accurate information and updated very regularly as well. And
Absolutely.
We link out to them.
Absolutely. Those are individual websites that provide accurate information, and our website is linked to those that provides up-to-date information with that, as well as our local information on stpgov.org.
So let's talk about staying home. You have said it so many times. So just give us a one sentence of what you want people to do.
Stay home.
Stay home.
if we ask our citizens to stay home, schools are closed, our kids are home. Please stay home. Avoid any non-essential trips or visits at this time. It will help slow the spread of the virus through our communities, and that's what we're urging our people to do, particularly this weekend, the Easter weekend coming up.
And so then it takes us to the next sentence, save lives. And a lot of people might say, really? Saving lives? I mean, how does that really save lives? But it really can, and tell people how and what your thought process is behind saying that.
It does. We're seeing that, unfortunately, this virus is taking the lives of our citizens, not only here, but throughout our state, throughout our country, throughout the world. And if we take the precautions that each and every public official is stressing to stay at home and avoid contact with others, that is the first and primary way of hopefully saving your own life, saving the life of a family member, a neighbor, or somebody that's close to you in your community. So we urge our citizens to heed that warning and precaution and plea to stay at home.
Okay. So people, let's talk about where, we talked about where you can find the latest information. I know that there's, all of our community is going through this together, as is the rest of the state, the country, the whole world really is, we're all in unison with this fight. But here locally, we have impacts that we know people that are being impacted, not just by the illness, but economically.
Right.
People have lost their jobs and businesses. What did you want to say about that?
Well, as the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks have gone by, we've seen businesses closing, small businesses closing. We've seen restaurants going from dine-in to takeout and delivery only, and some of our restaurants are closing. We see our citizens losing jobs, those who depend on their jobs to make ends meet. We see nonprofits that were having festivals and soirees and such, having to postpone and cancel these events that bring in money that sustain their causes. Mm-hmm. And this is serious. That shows how serious this matter is at this time. And if we want to get back to normalcy and bring our jobs back and restore our businesses, we have to continue to slow the curve and take all the precautions that we're offering. We know it's a personal sacrifice, but it's a personal responsibility to do so. And if we are all in this together and we do this at this point, I think we can restore these jobs, get our businesses open again, open the schools so that we can return to normalcy.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to add as we wrap this up? This is our update for today, which is April 8th. And is there anything else you want to add?
Well, I would. This is the Easter weekend coming up. We've got, I look at it as a 5-day weekend: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. If we take these next 5 days and have a concerted effort to stay at home and to avoid social gatherings, even though it's an Easter weekend, let's do that this weekend, and we can make an impact on slowing the curve, slowing the spread, and keeping our families healthy, keeping ourselves healthy, keeping our communities healthy as we move forward so that we can return back to normalcy. So I wish our citizens a happy Easter, and please do what you can to stay at home.
Okay, great. All right, well, thank you so much. Thank you for your time, as always. That concludes our update. And if you need any other information, please visit our website, www.stpgov.org. Thank you.